The incentives have been created, and I think that is what it is. The president is willing to see that exploration happen. Don't forget that even last year, he was expecting that we could produce up to 2.06 million barrels per day of crude. And that, of course, would have been a game changer for us. But unfortunately, we could not achieve it. And if this is going to help do that, I think, of course, the necessary incentive that government will need to put in place, of course, will have to be done by the government.
This is Souq business landscape.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved a targeted fiscal incentive aimed at unlocking the long-awaited financial investment decision for Bonga Southwest Aparo Deepwater project. The policy move is rather expected to attract about $20 billion in foreign direct investment and revive momentum in Nigeria's offshore oil sector, which has faced delays due to investment uncertainties and cost concerns. Officials say the incentive framework is designed to improve project economics and encourage international oil companies to commit capital large-scale deepwater development. Now, the Bonga Southwest Aparo project is considered one of Nigeria's most significant untapped offshore assets and is expected to boost crude oil output, strengthen government revenues, and stimulate wider investment across the energy sector once the final investment decision is secured. We'll be joined virtually by Dr. Idahosa Osamase. So glad to have you this morning, Dr. Idahosa.
My pleasure here to be with you, Olumide.
All right, so looking at this Bonga investment, do you think this policy will finally unlock delayed offshore investment in Nigeria's oil sector?
Well, I think it's a strategic move by the government giving the go-ahead right now for that Bonga investment to be done. And I think many people have shied away from it. But again, you have a president who is willing to try what people are not willing to do. And whopping 20 billion investment. I think that, of course, has a capacity to catalyze our economy, especially in the oil and gas sector. So for me, I think it's a wise and positive move towards really strengthening investment in the upstream sector of the Nigerian economy. Don't forget that for the past 30 years, we have not done significantly any major investments until this current regime came to office. So in my view, the federal government is working hard to see how we can increase our output in terms of crude production. The crude is under our feet. We can do more than what we currently do. The capacity is there. All that is required is for us to have major investment in that sector. And once that is done, I can assure you that, of course, Nigeria will be on the path toward a very sustainable oil and gas sector.
Right. Let's take it from the angle of some of previous deepwater investments that Nigeria has undergone. What are some of the lessons that Nigeria can learn from previous deepwater investment that can help to make sure this particular Bonga project is a success? Things that they can learn from to make this one a success. Well,
I think what is the issue is that you have enough resource to drive your investment, and you have the right technical expertise for people to do it. And of course, the most significant is the will of the leaders to be able to see that this project succeed, which is, for me, is most fundamental. And from all indication and things that we can see, I think that we have a leader with a sufficient will, who is determined to leave a legacy behind. And it's not just chasing wind. And now here we're also not just relying on what we can do, creating that environment for foreign direct investment in the upstream sector of the Nigerian economy. I think that, for me, are the basic lessons that we can learn. When people see that you are sincere, they can volunteer their support to you. And I think in the last 2 years, the president has demonstrated sincerity in terms of trying to rejig the Nigerian economy. He has taken some very bold and strategic steps toward that direction. Now, people can trust that if he says this is what he wants to do, politics will not interfere with it. And I think that for me is what investment is all about. We don't need the president who is an expert in oil and gas, although our president currently, having worked in Mobi, has an understanding of the oil and gas sector, but to provide the requisite leadership to ensure that this investment yields the necessary return to both Nigerians and the investors.
All right, so we're looking at a $20 billion foreign investment. What fiscal incentives could attract international oil companies back, into deep water exploration?
Well, I think $20 billion just almost same as Dangote had put in the downstream to build the single largest oil refinery in the world. That's what is required now to do this exploration. The incentives have been created, and I think that is what it is. The president is willing to see that that exploration happen. Don't forget that even last year he was expecting that we could produce up to 2.06 million barrels per day of crude. And that, of course, would have been a game changer for us. But unfortunately, we could not achieve it. And if this is going to help do that, I think, of course, the necessary incentive that government will need to put in place, of course, will have to be done by the government. The group CEO of GMD promised that, of course, government is not going to leave any stone unturned to ensure that there is return on investment. And I think a lot of people are looking toward Nigeria. I'm also very certain that some people are already being tipped for this investment, and a whole lot of conversation is ongoing. Until that happens, really, I don't think there are so much incentive we should be looking for, except that we create that enabling environment for the business to prosper.
All right, so with this new $20 billion foreign investment, what would this mean for crude production in Nigeria, government revenue, and of course, fuel?
Yeah, but you see, because we have not scratched that deep water exploration tour for a very long time, and there's so much oil that inside that deep water that we need to do. But I'm believing that if it's done well, and of course that right investment come in, we could actually double the capacity of what we currently do, and that would be significant for the country in terms of revenue generation.